guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Data Through Garage, and you will see that there's no gas tank. That's because in the previous video we identified that it was leaking. So here you will see that the gas tank is leaking. That's what all that wet is on the frame, and you can actually see it dripping down. This is not good. Never run a vehicle like this. Now that we've identified the leak, it's time to repair the gas tank. The one I'm holding in my hand is that said repaired gas tank. The videos following this is how I did it. The other things we're going to look at today is fixing the starter because of using the wrong grease, but also taking that seat off and replacing it with this one. I'm probably going to paint that red eventually, but I have to do some welding to make it permanent. I also find out that you can have 3 different seating positions. Pretty cool. First we got to clean it, then we're going to check it out where the leak is. I might put some water in to see where it's leaking from, and then just use a hot soldering iron. This is going to be in there, and we are going to melt the tank back together. Now to clean the outside of the tank just with a scrubber, and then we see where the leak is coming from. It's like, oh, okay. And I started melting the plastic back together a little bit, testing it as I go to see where the leak is going to end up. But we have a lot of plastic to melt back together. This is me using the soldering gun on high, and I'm just kind of gently massaging the plastic, kind of bringing it back together. And you'll see, and you'll get a knack for it. Too much heat and it'll start to burn, start turning black. I did add a little bit too much heat, and then as I'm going, I'm going to test it to see where it's going to leak from. And my arm's in the way, so you can't really see, but it is still draining water, just subtly, just a little bit. My goal at the end of this is to get this as close as possible, and then I'm going to wrap it with epoxy to finish it off. When you have a plastic broken gas tank, it's easy to melt the material back together. The important part is to go slow, make sure it's clean, and check your work as you go, test it, check it, and then go over it again. Very, very slowly, making subtle improvements until it's 100% sealed. So I went a little too hard with the melting of the gas tank. I was going to always add epoxy, but I had to fix it. That being said, let's install the seat and then gas tank. That wasn't too bad, as you can see. She's pooched. See, that's where it was repainted. Yeah, it's the original Toro seat, so that's something. And now to clean up and grind off the mounting bracket for the seat. Once again, I'm going to apologize for my butt being in the way of this. And then I realized halfway through grinding, oh yeah, maybe if I stand over here, thinking about how my butt is in the way of the camera, that I'll be helping out. That will be welded, and that bolt will not be in that position. It'll actually be flipped underneath, but for now, that's where it sits. And you can also adjust it back and forth, which I did not know. So it's got 3 adjustments, 1, 2, 3, and obviously. So yeah, now to put we're going to clean the starter motor, and then we're going to install the gas tank. So as I said before, I used the wrong grease, marine sticky grease. Don't use that stuff. Okay, so that's been cleaned. I'll ground it out to the motor and see if she works. Cool. I'll get you a little bit closer. There's no fuel in the tank, obviously, but we have it grounded to the motor. This actually works. Disengages and engages. Engages and disengages, you know? Now, to install, since it won't get stuck, now to clean everything up. And well, we're going to install the gas tank, then we'll clean it all up. Reinstalling the fuel tank is pretty easy. All you have to do is make sure the plumbing clamp is on the fuel line, install the fuel line, tighten up the plumbing clamp, and then you have the 2 fuel tank straps that go on either side. and you just tighten them up to be nice and snug, and you're done. Simple as that. One eternity later. You can see she is full. There is no leaks, which is lovely. And she's in the on position. Let's put this on here. And if she'll run, first pull. Oh yeah, forgot to do that. Now she'll be a pain. So fuel tank is installed, the seat is installed, washed it all off because there's all the rust and debris everywhere. Starting to like this thing more and more. And I'm kind of like, maybe I put a push button start right there, put an LED on the front, you know, get kind of stupid with it. It'll only be a couple extra bucks just to put those kind of frills on there. I like that idea. Obviously, it would need a battery for that kind of options, but it's kind of nerdy and I like it. So I still have to, weld the seat so you don't have this giant bolt sticking up. But that being said, boys and girls, this thing is pretty awesome. Got the clutch, got the brake, that's for the engagement, throttle, that's awesome. You put like a little starting switch here to engage the battery, obviously on a relay, starter button, and away you go. That'd be pretty cool. Look at me, nerding out. So, if you like what we do here, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them down below, and I'll get back to you guys as soon as I can. As always, boys.